Number one, here it is. It's very exciting, everybody. The number one excuse children give for not having practiced their instrument in between lessons is, I didn't have time. So those of you who know me, who have known me for years, know that I love this excuse. Right? I didn't have time. There is time. Some of you have to practice for 10 minutes if you're young. 15 minutes. I have never told any of my students to practice for 4 hours. I'm not expecting you to be a concert pianist. I'm not expecting you to have no life. And I'm not expecting you to be anything that you aren't. I'm just expecting you to work hard as you can work. Because anything that's worth doing is going to take hard work. We make time. Now, many of you know that recently I took a time management course. I shared this with my high school kids because I said to them, listen, I don't know what to do. I am so busy I can't even see straight. But everybody's busy. Everybody has stuff to do. And whether or not that stuff is work, it doesn't really matter. It could be work, it could be personal. It's still stuff. We have to go see so-and-so. We have a birthday party this weekend. I have to go to work. I have to write up a proposal. I have to take the train to go here and there. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to hang out and have a life. You know, I get it. We're all busy. I'm busy. I'm really busy. And I needed to take a time management course because I said, oh, I don't have time. I'm not having enough time to do this and that. Well, no, what I discovered after I took this wonderful course was that I did have time. There was a lot of time. I was spending my time doing other things. And maybe they were things that I should have been doing, but maybe I shouldn't have been doing them for as long as I was doing them, or at the time that I was doing them. We make priorities. And there is time. We make it. We make time for this and for whatever it is that we do on the internet. I mean, people can get lost on the internet for hours. We get lost in television and all of this stuff that doesn't really matter. You have your things that are your priorities that you want to do. Listen, I'm not saying don't have a social life. You guys know I want you to have a social life. I want you to go outside and ride your bike, and I want you to hang out with your friends, and I want you to do things that you think are fun and cool because I ask you about them all the time, and I love that you are doing things with your childhood because you are a kid. Whether you are 5 or you are 18, you are a kid, and you should be enjoying your childhood, and I wholeheartedly support that. But you need to be doing something else as well that's going to help you grow as a person and expand your mind. And music will do that for you, I promise you. And some of you aren't going to understand this for a very long time, but I promise you that someday, I hope that this happens someday, when you are 30, you will think of me and you will think of your parents and you will say, you know what? They were right. I'm really, really glad that I took music lessons as a child. They were right. And maybe now we can get in there a little bit. Maybe we can get inside your head a little bit and make you realize now that this is good now. But we understand that maybe you won't understand it right now, but you will someday. I hope that you will. And that's the goal with this, that long term you will see the results of music lessons. I know that this is the goal because I've spoken to your parents about it many times. And we're all on the same page. But we need to reassess what it is that we're doing with our time. There's time for us to hang out here and hang out there and go to the mall and go to Urban Outfitters. Oh, Miss Kate, you go to Urban Outfitters all the time. Yes, I do go to Urban Outfitters, and I do spend quite a bit of time at Starbucks. I know. But what else? What else? I'm not saying don't do anything besides play music, but I want you to think about what you're spending your time doing. Whether you're going to take music lessons with us for the next 10 years, or you're going to decide next year that it's not for you. Whichever. I want you to think about what you're spending your time doing, because we are adults in your life that are trying to make a difference. And we just so happen to be trying to make a difference through music. And here's what I want you to do. All of you who are watching this video, whether you're a kid who's a student, whether you're an adult who's a student, whether you're a parent of a student, or whether you're just somebody who checks our site out to be motivated, I want you to make a list. Do it today. Do it today. Make a list of all of the things that you did today, even the mundane tasks that you think don't matter, getting gas, going to the market, calling your grandmother. Even those things that you don't think are part of your day, they are. They're still taking up time. I want you to make a list, and I want you to look at that list tonight, and I want you to say, am I proud of 80% of the things on this list? It's kind of scary, right? It's like looking at your credit score. Look at the list and say, am I proud of this list? And if you're not, we need to reevaluate, right? We need to look at what we're spending our time doing. Really look at it. Actually look at it on a piece of paper. Because it's easy to put stuff out of your mind, right? We always put stuff out of our mind we don't want to think about. I do it all the time. But when you look at a list, a handwritten list that you wrote yourself, and you say, I watched that Wonder Years marathon for 8 hours today. Wonder Years is cool. Not that cool. Playing music is cooler. Okay? Do it. And let me know. Tell us. And if you're a student who's having a hard time finding the time to practice, we need to be aware of this. We can help you. How? Because we know. We know all about it. We already did this. I've been playing music for 24 years. That's a long time. Let's just put it this way. I don't remember my life before I played music. Before I had music in my life all day, every day, I don't remember it. That's how long it's been. We already did this. And yes, there were times when I was a kid where, in regards to practice, my mom was yelling at me and I was crying. Because you're a kid and you don't know. And she wants the best for you. That's the way it works. No, just because you became a musician doesn't mean that every experience you had with music as a child was perfect. That your mom was never mad at you and you never had trouble practicing and every performance was awesome all the time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was still a family trying to get through something that's challenging. So we know better than anyone. So if you are having trouble being motivated, talk to us. Parents, if you suspect that your child is having trouble being motivated, please alert us. And we can be cool about it. We can bring it up in a cool way. So we hope that you trust us to guide them in the best way possible, because that's what we're trying to do. Whatever kind of influence we can make on these kids positively, that's what we want to try to do. And we're grateful that you've allowed us to enter your child's life, to be a confidant and a guide for them, particularly through music. And it's very special to me, and I thank you. So please let me know if you need motivation, if you need help with your practicing, if you don't know where your position is, or if you just want to say hi. Let us know. Thank you. Be well, be safe. It's icy out there. Have a great night.